KO debate series. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
What's going on with everybody? It's your boy KO, Knockout Boxing, KO 86, Knockout 86. We here, we back, we live for another episode of the morning after show. I got the singing OG KQ Boxing Network. Let's pull them up real quick. KQ, how's it going, sir? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. I mean, I feel kind of bad, man. I had no fight to call yesterday, man. I don't like that.
They ended the year crazy, but that's okay. It's once it gets started up next year, it's gonna be a great year of boxing. So, we'll cover what we can today. It's a lot of topics to talk about, so we'll get straight into it. Let me speak to everybody real quick. And then we'll get the show going. We got Av Boy JR in the building. We got OG Walk on Water, Big Bob Gun. What's up? Good morning. Hunter on the Hunt. All things in the building. Warren Jackson, what's good? Crush the Legend in the building. BBG, what's happening with you? Warlock Boxing. Ty Drake for Mark West. LV. Emmanuel Pettigrew. Vaughn Wise. Jay Will, what's happening with you, man? Sunchild. Ray Patterson, I see you. Savage Bo. B. Hayes, the Demon, Shakur Stevenson, Active Squad. What's up, man? Salute. Kurt Hurd, VA Bella Buttes. What's going down with you? Who else we got? Hen Dog, the Fearless One. Kamal Eyes in the building. What's happening with you? Desmond Johnson done slid through. We got Hunter on the Hunt gifting 20 memberships to the channel. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that 20 memberships, man. That's big time. Let me see if you caught some people slipping. Let's see who you gifted those memberships to real quick, and let's shout them out. Let's see who we got getting some memberships, man. We got Hunter on the Hunt gifting it to Crucial Content. Right, Sean Kelly, Big Itachi, Supreme Cam, Terrell W, Texas DT20, COE, Don Shea Posey, Bud Jablonski, Midwest Boxing. Antoine, Timothy Stoudemire, Uncle Rick, what up, Rick? Undercard Boxing, Sucker Free, Moolah TV, Mar, Antoine Gibson, Vince Williams, Joseph Jackson, and Jeffrey DeRowan. Appreciate that, Hunter on the Hunt. Thanks for showing love. Joseph Jackson in the building. What's up? Brian King, B. Falcone, Terrell Jackson, Abdul Anwar, YGB 22, JDJ 401. What's happening with you? Sunchild, Great Gambino, DC Dre, and Cello Majad. What's good with y'all? Listen, man. I want to get into this Oscar De La Hoya video, and I said right before we went live that we may or may not cover what Bill Haney said, but fuck it, let's go ahead and cover what he said. Shit, we got a super chat from Kamal Eyes with the 2-piece. He said Jim Sasaki said he would KO Jerron Boots Ennis. I mean, Boots need an opponent, bro. J Bean Boxing and Betting was adding with you. All right, so KQ. First of all, let's start with this tweet. Bill Haney said he is recruiting YouTube channels. He said if you want to get your YouTube channel popping, he say holla at me, the great Bill Haney. What do you think of him trying to recruit YouTube channels, bro?
Well, to me, I say that's false advertisement. Because if you got Bill helping you with your YouTube channel, it ain't gonna pop. Because Bill is not popping now. So I mean, so what we at here with this? Because right now, Bill and Devin reputation and their career is plummet. It plummeted. So you might get maybe 100 subscribers out of it, maybe. That's about it. But trust me, Bill is how can I say? Because see, I've been knowing Bill longer than probably than Knockout. So I had dealt with him on many occasions. So he's full of shit. Okay, just put it that way. I said it, not Knockout. I said this, and I know he is, and I know he is. So therefore, what Bill needs to do is just sit back and let Devin handle his business and the way he needs to handle it. And like I said yesterday on your show, we got to know who Devin is. We need Devin to spark. See, everybody don't have that charisma like Tank. Everybody can't talk that smack and turn a press conference upside down like Tank. They're just rare. All right. But at least, he tried though, pushing everybody and trying to play tough. And Lomachenko like, what did I do? Why you pushing me? but still in all, I think Bill needed to chill out because he mentioned you. He mentioned other.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. I'm gonna read that one next. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one for sure.
And one thing about it, listen, these guys is not gonna pop the pimp on your ass, Bill. I'm sorry. These are guys that you mentioned. They are serious content creators. They are serious at what they do. Just like a job. Everybody's serious about their job. They want to be the best they can on their job. They want to be employee of the month if they could. So all that, lying and things like that, people don't want to clickbait. Some do, but the people who are integrity don't want to do that. They want to have an honest channel. And that's how you grow an honest channel, by being honest and tell it like it is. So, sooner or later, and Bill's gonna fade out into the damn sunset, and I see it coming. I see it coming sooner than later.
Yeah.
So that's all I got on that one, man.
Yeah. So as far as him like recruiting YouTube channels, I'll say two things about it. Number one, make sure you really like a diehard Devin Haney fan. Like he need to be hollering at Joseph Jackson in the chat and salute to Joseph. He knows it's all love. He need to holler at Joseph Jackson in the chat and get him popping on YouTube or something, because that's somebody that ain't gonna say no wrong about Devin. That's where his allegiances lie anyway. So get somebody like that if you want to try to get somebody popping. And I wouldn't mind Joseph Jackson having a YouTube channel and Bill Haney getting him popping, since he gonna get young people popping on YouTube with new channels or whatever. Either that, or you got to be willing to like not have any integrity, because you can't say nothing wrong about Devin. You can't say nothing wrong about Devin, or what good are you to Bill Haney if you willing to criticize Devin Haney? So if you willing to do that shit, then more power to whoever willing to do that shit. Because I guess he feels like it's not enough people out here pushing that line, or the ones that are pushing that line, he's not happy with the work. That's all. That's all. That he's not happy with the work, so he's looking for new people to speak on Devin Haney's behalf. Shit, I don't know, but I know that shit is weak. I know that shit is suspect. I know that shit makes YouTube boxing channels as a whole look bad. like we can just be bought off. Like we can just sit around and all you gotta do is come with a little bit of money and we'll change our opinion for you and shit. So I don't like the implications of that. And I don't like the idea of a platform that I'm on being included or being viewed that way by the sport that I love. You know what I mean? So I think that shit is weak. And I think anybody that will be willing to change their opinion, or anybody that be willing to have a channel that's ran by an entity above them and not giving you their authentic opinion, I think you don't deserve to have a channel to keep it 100 with you. If it's your real opinion, then cool, bro. It's a lot of people that really love Devin Haney that's giving their real opinion, however wrong it may be, however misguided it may be, but at least it's their real fucking opinion. But if you out here and you don't even believe the shit you saying and you willing to do that for $1, you know what I mean? Then shit, I ain't fucking with it. So that's what I think about that one. Let me ask you about this next one, then we'll get to Oscar De La Hoya. Another thing Bill said, where he, like you said, he mentioned me. He says, thank you to DAZN Boxing. So DAZN, so everybody understands the backstory in case you haven't saw it. DAZN Boxing posted a picture of Devin Haney back in the lab. Devin Haney is working with a trainer on the mitts, and the trainer got a bodysuit on so he can do body shots or whatever. And it just say back in the lab. They showing Devin some love that he back in the lab, he working, he doing his thing. Bill Haney posted this on Twitter, that the picture of them working, with what DAZN put, and this is what he had to say. He said, thank you, DAZN Boxing, for turning up the heat and shutting down these false narratives, showbiz, punch drunk, knockout boxing, southpaw, and others trying to push with emasculating AI memes discrediting fighters. 20 years of skills, hard work, and a warrior mentality got us here, and no fake stories from sideline critics can take that away at the end of the day. Skills pay the bills, hashtag boxing, hashtag Devin Haney. What you think of that, man? What you think of that one right there?
Well, first of all, I don't think, I'm trying not to get too disrespectful with him, but listen, DAZN is trying to get him, throw him a bone, let him know no hard feelings, but you still ain't got no fight, okay? So no matter what you say, now you besides taking that opportunity to say, look, I appreciate the DAZN, I can't wait for us to get back together and work together. I can't wait, something like that. But what you do is you go after the channels that's not kissing your ass. I mean, that's dumb. You got to take advantage of things like this. So besides taking advantage of, you go after Knockout, Southpaw, and all the other channels, because they keeping it straight down the line. And they ain't offer you no fight. They just say, hey, you back working. Okay, fine. But you still don't have a fight. You still don't have a fight. You turned down a fight. You turned down a couple fights. So besides going at them, you should be talking about DAZN. They shouldn't even been in the conversation. But see, that's what happens when Bill is used to, and he's not no street dude, y'all. Y'all don't know what street people is. He's not no street dude. He think he's a fast talking guy that talks in circles and trying to lose you within that circle. That's all. That's all. That's all he is. And what he's doing is he's messing up his son's career. That's what he's doing. And I have seen this many times before. Messing up people's career. So, but that's all I have on Bill, because I really want to say some things, but I'm not gonna say it today. All right, I'll say that for my channel. All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's flat out clear that my intuition was right about what I've been saying about him this entire time. And he's just a liar, bro. Like, he's lying on my name. Anybody who follows this channel, anyone who knows me, knows he's lying. I've never done an AI meme. I will never do an AI meme. I just give the facts of the situation. If somehow the facts are discrediting you, then you need to look yourself in the mirror, because at the end of the day, you can't get mad at me for telling the truth, bro. Like, I'm covering shit that happened. I'm covering your son dropping the belt. I'm covering the Teofimo Lopez negotiations. I'm covering the Liam Perot negotiations. I'm covering you suing Ryan Garcia and suing Golden Boy Promotions. Like, I'm covering real shit in the sport of boxing, and I'm using nothing but my camera being turned on and my goddamn voice and my honest, authentic opinion. So to say I'm using AI memes when I'm not, that's some of the nastiest shit, some of the most lying, low down shit that I've ever seen. And I don't see how anybody can say you support me but support him at the same fucking time. Like, that shit is crazy to me, because everybody
How you use that? How you do that? I don't even know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that shit either. So what I'll say about it is, anybody that called himself real, that don't, I ain't saying stop supporting Devin, but if you can't admit that he wrong about this shit right here, then I don't really have no words for you to keep it 100 with you. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. I leave you alone. We go our separate ways, because the spade need to be called a spade. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And my name is being denigrated. And maybe I need the Bill Haney lawyer phone number so I can sue his ass like they suing Ryan Garcia for defamation or some shit, for slander or some shit. Maybe I should get me a lawsuit going. You know what I mean? And send some paperwork their way, because that shit is crazy, bro. I never have and never will. Basically, what I think it stems from, and then we'll move on to the Oscar De La Hoya shit. I think this all stems from when he hit my link that day, and we had our interaction back and forth. And a lot of people say that he made himself look like a goddamn fool, that he made himself look silly, that he made himself look stupid up here talking to me. So you know,
everybody was talking about that. Everybody was talking about that.
Yeah, so that's probably why he's upset and included me in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know, everybody's allowed to have their opinion. He's allowed to type whatever the hell he want to type, and I'm allowed to say that we want to hear your son. We tired of hearing from you, and that you're hogging the limelight from him, and you're making it. You're doing everything you're doing in 2024 has done nothing but hurt him. That's it. Everything you've done in 2024, you're hurting him right now. And he needs to speak for himself. And he needs to get somebody smarter in this corner, because you doing the dumbest shit ever. And that's why he's struggling to get a motherfucking fight.
Man.
So it is what it is, bro. That's all I got. I ain't got much to say. I spoke on it a lot yesterday. But defending my name and calling my integrity into question, bro, that shit'll never fly with me. So stop lying, stop being a hoe, and tell the truth. I ain't never done no shit like that to you or your son, and I never will. And I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of things I could do. I could talk about your son's choice in women, but I won't. I could talk about how Young Thug has your son's woman and shit, but I won't do that, bro. I haven't spoke on that, and I won't. I could really clown y'all for real, but I'm not gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna keep it boxing, and I'm gonna keep it above board. But quit lying on my fucking name, bro. I know you watching. I know your minions is watching. I know this shit gonna get back to you. Stop lying on my name, bro. That's it. That's all. That's all I got on it. KQ, you got anything else on it, man?
No, but yeah, see, Bill, you need to talk to your son, basically. Sit down and talk to him, man. And because he didn't have a chance to grow up like regular kids. You know, he was homeschooled and all that. You know, your son ain't no G. You know, no, he's a damn fool. That's what he was. You know, I mean, there's no shame in that. You know, that's all. There's no shame in that. But don't try to, you know, and why you speaking for him anyway? I thought he was 26, something like that, 25. He should be speaking for himself. But that's all I got on it, because I don't want to get all worked up. But okay.
Yeah, shout out to Boxing Hacker with the 5-piece in the super chat. He say, let's not forget Dev had a 1 hour interview with Andre Ward. Also has a loyal fan base and one of the few fighters to headline pay-per-views. He's doing well. His loyal fan base doesn't buy his fights, which is why those pay-per-views didn't do well. It doesn't matter if you're on pay-per-view, Boxing Hacker. How does the pay-per-view do? That's the key. It doesn't matter if you're fighting on pay-per-view. Did the pay-per-view make money? Did you generate revenue? And for whatever reason, the pay-per-views that he's done, the one Golden Boy put on, Golden Boy wasn't happy with the performance of the pay-per-view. The one that Matchroom put on, Matchroom wasn't happy with the performance of the pay-per-view. The one that Top Rank put on, Top Rank wasn't happy with the performance of the pay-per-view. So you can say what you want about him being on pay-per-view. Can you stay on pay-per-view? Do your numbers grow? Do you get bigger? Do you become a bigger star? That's what's important, bro. And that hasn't happened for him. And it's because that loyal fan base you're speaking about, they're loyal on YouTube. They're not loyal in the real world. See, in YouTube, you get to be loyal as shit because all you gotta do is hit a link. All you gotta do is type a comment. You can be loyal as hell. In the real world, do you go to the fight? That's the question. In the real world, did you hit that green button to buy the pay-per-view? And the survey says, fuck no, y'all didn't, because them numbers ain't adding up, homeboy. The survey says, hell no, y'all didn't, because promoters ain't banging down his door to do business with them. So I hear what you're saying, bro. And yes, y'all come across as very loyal here on YouTube. But does that loyalty cross over where it counts? Does it cross over to what's going on with his pockets and with his revenue that he's generating? Because these promoters are showing no respect for him and his business. That's why when he's negotiating with Matchroom, they want to take his ass to Australia to fight Liam Perot. That's when he's negotiating with Top Rank, they 55-45 in his ass. And anything he bringing to the table, trying to act like he got leverage, they shooting that down, all of them. That's why when he goes to purse bid, they only bid $2.42 million on the motherfucking fight. Now, this ain't me doing AI memes. This is just me telling you the goddamn truth. Now, somebody retort that shit. Yeah, somebody go make an AI meme about what I just said and send that shit to him. How about that? Anyway, that's all I got on it. KQ, you got anything on that super chat?
No. That's all I have on it. I just it's just what I reiterate what I said yesterday. Terrence Crawford is one of the talented fighters right now out. One of the best fighters out there, 2-time undisputed everything, but he doesn't sell well, and it's a reason for that, you know. So it's a reason for reason why these fighters don't sell well, you know. But of course, Terrence reason is something different than Devin's. Devin, of course, he's gonna do an interview with Andre Ward. We know that, of course. I mean, he part of the the clique. I would say. I mean, so come on. I'm talking about real, like, get on YouTube or something like that. Like I interviewed Ronnie Shields, Sampson, David Benavides, the Russell brothers, like that. All right, come on over there and do that. All right, but he ain't gonna do that.
This is my last time responding to you, Boxing Hacker, because this ain't that type of show. Don't tell me that something's not true when I'm giving you all facts. And when you type in the chat, man, make sure that you include that, or make sure that you tell motherfucking Golden Boy that the Ryan fight, that a lot of people bought the Ryan fight, because Golden Boy said Devin Haney ain't sell shit and they didn't bid on his fight with Sandor Martin. Go tell Top Rank that a lot of people watched the Lomachenko fight because y'all say they lowballing Devin with Teofimo 55-45 and they only bid $2.42 million on the fight. So all the shit that you saying, go tell those promoters that, bro. Go tell Top Rank that they did so well in Australia, bro. Go tell them that, because they're not behaving like what you're saying in my chat, bro. Golden Boy is not behaving like a lot of people bought the Ryan Garcia fight. They saying F Devin, which we'll get to in a second. They're behaving like he ain't sell shit. Top Rank is not behaving like a lot of people watched Lomachenko and bought the Lomachenko fight, because they're treating him like a B-side ass fighter right now. Like, I hear you, bro. I understand that you want to ride for Devin, but at some point you got to get a grip on reality, homie, and quit trying to bog down my chat with bullshit. That's it, bro. Like, go tell them that. Don't tell me they sold. Go tell the people that put on the event that they sold, because they not treating him like they sold, bro. Anyway, moving on. So we got an Oscar De La Hoya interview that we got to talk about, KQ. We got to talk about this Oscar De La Hoya interview. It's about 24 minutes long. You know what I mean? 24 minutes long.
Okay.
And he talked about a lot. I'll go in order because I watched the whole thing 2 times now. First, he talked about selling Ring Magazine and selling it to Turki. He didn't even know who Turki bought it through. They asked him, was it Turki that bought it or was it Riaces that bought it? He said, I don't even know who bought it. I just know Turki was the one that approached me and I sold it for more than what I bought it for. But what do you think of Turki in Ring Magazine, and what are the implications of Turki in the game, buying Ring Magazine and making the moves that he's making, but specifically buying Ring Magazine from Oscar De La Hoya? What do you think the implications of that are? What's your overall thoughts on Oscar De La Hoya selling Ring Magazine to Turki?
Well, first of all, I think Oscar made a big mistake. Ring Magazine is just not a regular magazine. They call that the Bible of boxing. And before Oscar got hold to it, it was really reputable. I mean, it was all actual boxing in there, until Oscar got hold to it and kind of, messed it up. And I mean, think about it. You know, when I was younger, we used to snatch out the boxers and put them on our walls, right? In school, you know, I mean, in the houses, you know, just like we used to do the rock stars and stuff. You know, that's what we were doing. But now Oscar is so messed up on alcohol and everything else that he's not thinking straight, or he just don't care.
Yeah, fact.
You know, and so he sell a magazine, and that magazine worth way more than he sold it for, or he could have got it for. You know, so now Turkey, they don't care about Rain magazine. It's all for what? Control. They want to control the sport of boxing in America. They want boxing to disappear out of America. Like I told you all on my show, if you go read about the PIF fund, that will show you that Turkey, first of all, he ain't the boss. He got someone else telling him on what to spend it on. You know, so one thing about it, Turkey don't care. What you know what Turkey said? United States stink. The United States stink. And he had to put up his jury when he go outside because everybody look like they want to rob him. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Now, also, don't think this is his first rodeo. He did this in Africa. Before he went on vacation, he covered this. He also did this to Africa, bought up everything. Next thing you know, he got mad, threw a attention tantrum, because see, they think they're better than us. They are Sunni Muslims. We supposed to kiss their ass, not vice versa. And so, and you know what? We doing that too. We doing
a lot of people are, yeah, 100. A lot of people are.
Right. And sometimes I don't blame Tank. You know, I worked hard from the ground up to get where I'm at. Then you got these guys that's third-rate fighters almost getting what I'm getting. Not quite though. Because y'all think he's getting a lot of money. They're getting Turkey getting them a lot of money, but he's not. Because the king, the big honcho, say, reel in that money. So we need to fix it up over here, the infrastructure. So y'all gonna see, this ain't gonna end well. Because Bob is old and got an attitude and senile. And Todd DeBow is gonna do whatever Uncle Bob say do. You'll see. Oscar, hell, he'll sell his ass. He don't care. This is not going to end well. Only one that got sense, and I don't care about promotion companies, I don't. It's Al Heyman. They try to model Al Heyman. They kept on trying to model Al Heyman. But it didn't work. The zone damn near went broke. But PBC has been going out of business since 2015. Guess what? They still here. And for that lie that Rick Glazer put out and everybody else, Al Heyman, yes, he's sick. He ain't hiding out, though. He ain't hiding out because he owe people money. That you got the biggest lie since Santa Claus. No, that's not true. All right? Stop all the lies. PBC is just fine. Yes, I would like more fights. Who wouldn't? I would like a fight every goddamn weekend. Who wouldn't? And another thing, Javante Davis' contract with Amazon Prime is still there. What do you think? He gonna just say, no, I ain't doing it no more? No, he's still there. He gotta honor that contract.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes, he still gotta honor that contract. So that's how I feel. Oscar, you made a big mistake. Turkey don't care about no damn Ring magazine. He got bigger fish to fry for that magazine. Watch and see, y'all. He already doing it with the box rack. Watch. Y'all see? Y'all see?
Yeah. When you people think that Turkey is buying magazines and buying sanctioning bodies because he loves the sport of boxing, or naive and very, very misguided. So as far as Oscar selling Ring magazine to Turkey, it's just another. First of all, Oscar De La Hoya is a lackey being taken advantage of. He don't even hardly have control of his company anymore. He lost all his fighters. And I just find it funny that a lot of people are so enamored with and so focused on PBC having no money and going out of business that they don't really look at the real promotional company in America that's really struggling and about to go out of business. Oscar De La Hoya can't even put on a big fight anymore unless someone else is involved. The big fight for Ryan Garcia, PBC had to be involved. The big fight for Jaime Munguia, PBC had to be involved, and then Jaime Munguia left Oscar, and he's with Top Rank right now. The big fight for William Zepeda, Turki's gonna have to be involved. The big fight for Zurdo Ramirez, Turki is fucking involved with Chris Billum Smith. The big fight for Schofield, Turki has to fucking be involved. Like everything that Oscar does, somebody else has to be involved because he sucks at running his company. He ain't got no fucking money. And when you do get a Golden Boy card by itself, you get motherfucking Thursday night fights, and the headliner is fucking Scrappy Ramirez or some shit.
Right.
Like that's what he's bringing to the table, but no one talks about him. No one mentions that's the motherfucker that's probably on his last leg going out of business. But everybody else is so enamored with the PBC though, and the person that trumpets it the most is Rick Glazer, who fucking works for Golden Boy. Right. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. Like you can't make up the idiocy from some boxing fans or lack of research or not paying attention or whatever the fuck it is. So that was my initial thought. Like this motherfucker having a closing his door sale. It's like when I don't know if some of y'all old enough to remember Blockbuster, but when Blockbuster was going out of business and they were closing all their doors, boy, they had all the DVDs and video games and fucking video cassette tape. Everything in the world was on sale. That shit, you could get that shit for $1. Boy, you go in there with $20, you could buy the whole store because they was closing down. That's what the fuck Oscar seemed like he doing right now, bro. So that's my thought on the Oscar De La Hoya side of it. As far as Turki is concerned, listen, man, I'm not saying everybody needs to read as much as I do or research as much as I do and things of that nature. Like I understand everybody don't have the time and this ain't everybody's passion. What I will say is this though, if you go look at major powers in the world, they don't send out representatives that don't believe in the message of the leaders of that country. What do I mean by that? In Saudi Arabia, the prince over there, the people that run the country over there, they believe in full control. They don't believe in you being able to have your rights. They don't believe in free speech. They arrest people for that shit over there. They'll even go so far as to kill you if you're too critical of the regime. So when you have those types of beliefs, you don't send somebody out to spend your money unless they believe what you believe. So what I'm telling y'all is Turki believes exactly what the prince believes. Full and total control, total domination. Give me this shit and it's about Saudi Arabia. And if you think it's anything else, if you think he cares about you as a boxing fan, if you think he cares about the state of the sport in the country that you reside in, if you think he gives a fuck about American boxers fighting in America and building their name, you are sadly fucking mistaken, bro. You are out of your mind, is what I'm trying to tell you. So for me, the WBA deal he got, the deal he trying to do with WBC, the Ring magazine purchase, the fact that he got BoxRec won't even acknowledge people that he deal with. They don't even acknowledge the WBA no more. The fact that all this is happening should allow you and should give you the common sense to know that if he gets control like some of you want him to have, you can kiss boxing as you know it goodbye. You're going to have to get you a passport and you're going to have to take your ass to Saudi Arabia if you want to see them fights. The good thing about it is, to me, is they pulling the reins back on them. They're starting to focus on Saudi Arabia. There's multiple articles coming out that they're going to start looking at the investments that they're making. And if it's not building Saudi Arabia's tourism, if it's not building Saudi Arabia's standing in the world and making people view them a certain way, then they about to start killing all that shit. And ain't nobody going over there watching boxing. Ain't nobody buying his fights and shit. So it's only a matter of time. And thank goodness, because I don't want some dictator out of some dictatorship ruining and running and being the sole proprietor of the fucking sport that I love. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Like I'm not fucking with that. So that's what I think of him buying Ring magazine, KQ. It's just a bigger play for them to try to get control of everything they can get control of. And they don't give a fuck about you, me, the people in this chat, the boxing fans. They don't care, bro. Soon as he gets what he wants, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see, and then it's gonna be too late. Because guess what? I'm gonna start talking about football. It's gonna be too late. I'm gonna start talking about for you. They take boxing in Saudi Arabia after I done warned y'all ass and y'all was riding for that shit. You lay in the bed that you made is what I'm gonna tell you ass. Straight up. Let me catch these super chats, then we'll move on because Oscar said a lot more than that, obviously. COE Films with the 2-piece in the super chat. Do you think promoters can discredit pay-per-view numbers? No, they can't, because if you're getting paid off the pay-per-view numbers and you feel like they cheated you, you can sue them, and the network is who the pay-per-view numbers go to first because it's their network, and you can sue them and they can have to show you the real numbers. So no, they can't discredit you. They can try to. They can try to throw you some bull. And I know you're trying to get at that Bill Haney shit because I cooked them and shit. And you coming from a place of that. So I'll indulge you, COE Films. You can put some shit on letterhead. You can try to, but if the person really believes you cheated them, they can get the real numbers. They can sue for the real numbers to make sure that you ain't getting cheated because they getting paid off of that shit. And so no, you can't discredit pay-per-view numbers when it comes to, they can discredit them to you and me. They can discredit them to you and me because we not getting money off of that shit. They can't discredit them to the fighter, or they can't discredit them to the other promoter that they putting on the pay-per-view with. So PBC did a joint shit with Golden Boy or with Munguia. They did a joint shit with Matchroom with motherfucking Edgar Berlanga. They can't discredit pay-per-view numbers to each other. They all know the real numbers. And if anybody's trying to do any funny shit, then they can sue to get the real numbers. Because they're getting paid off of that shit. Same thing for what you're really talking about. You didn't want to put it in a super chat for some reason, but same thing with Bill Haney and DHP. Top Rank can't falsify their numbers to them. If they try to falsify them numbers to them, DHP can sue them because they're getting paid off of that shit. So no, to answer your question, you can't do that shit. Shout out with the 5-piece in the super chat back to COE Films. The thing I appreciate is that he's the only one who's putting money into boxing. That's just not true. Everybody else is getting out. So for that reason, I'm on board. That's not true. Amazon Prime is putting money into boxing. The deal that the Zone is still putting money into boxing outside of him because they have other cards outside of him. You have NBC Peacock has boxing now. NBC is putting money into boxing. You have Top Rank is about to have a new deal with a new streaming service. That streaming service will be putting money into boxing. It's just not.
And talk with Netflix too.
Yeah, it's just not true. Netflix is putting money into boxing. Jake Paul just had a fight card. Amanda Serrano was over there. That's not true, bro. He's not the only person putting money into boxing. Big Dog, he looks like he's the only person that's willing right now to overspend to not give a fuck about the event generating revenue.
And how that work with the
he looks like that's what he's doing. Like, hey, I don't give a fuck. Let's just lose a bunch of money. Like, he's the only one doing that right now. But how long will that last? We'll see. Big Dog Willie with the 2-piece in the super chat. Hating on Turkey, hating on Saudi, hating on oil. Oh, you know it, bro. Jay Broomfield in the super chat with the 5-piece. He say, the major promoters don't want another Floyd Mayweather for as business, and Devin is the closest to Floyd. Stop it, bro. God damn it. Stop it, bro. Golden Boy said Ryan and Devin did 500 to 400K. Golden Boy did not say that. Oscar De La Hoya said, you can't sell. I paid you all you owed you. That's what all I owed you. That's what Oscar De La Hoya said. And Devin is nowhere close to Floyd Mayweather. Just stop it, bro. Do you understand the numbers that Floyd was doing, bro?
My God.
Like nobody, Tank ain't close to Floyd, bro. Like there's no one close to Floyd Mayweather and what he did in the business of boxing, bro. Not even Tank Davis, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Canelo's not close, bro.
Man.
Bro, listen. The 650,000 pay-per-view buys that Canelo did with Berlanga, and people were celebrating it like it was big and shit. And the 1.2 million buys that Tank Davis did with Ryan Garcia, people celebrating that shit. That shit is big and shit. Floyd did that shit with everybody. It didn't matter who the fuck he was fighting, bro. That $20 million live get everybody excited about the Tank Davis deal, which I am too. Floyd did that shit all the time, bro. Like literally, like all the time. Give a fuck if it was Baldemir. Motherfucker could fight Miguel Cotto. He could fight motherfucking Shane Mosley. Whoever he was fighting, them the numbers they was doing. Ain't none of these boys close to Floyd. Especially not somebody that's going to purse bid. How dare you, bro? How dare you disrespect Floyd Mayweather like that, bro? And I don't even like Floyd. Everybody knows I don't like Floyd, but we can't just lie on the man, bro. No one's close to him right now in terms of the numbers he did, bro. Nobody. Stop it, fam. And damn sure, if you talking skill set, Devin and Floyd, get out my face, bro. Just stop it, bro. Shout out to Victor with the 5-piece in the super chat. I, for one, see that Turkey situation through those same lenses. 100. All right, salute, bro. Diesel says, KO, how much did Floyd do with Berto? I'm gonna look it up for you too.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
Floyd said this, and this turned out to be true. Richard Schaefer ran Golden Boy for a long time because Oscar wasn't capable, because Oscar was, drugging and stuff like that. That's why he said Richard Schaefer is Golden Boy. He said that for a reason. And now Oscar got mad, and of course, B-Hop got in his ear, and Richard Schaefer had to leave. And Richard Schaefer left and started that other company, and it didn't last very long. But now Richard Schaefer's over at Mayweather Promotions. So Richard Schaefer was running Golden Boy for a couple of years or so. So and they was doing pretty good at one time. So I just thought I'd throw that in there, food for thought, So. Okay,
so Floyd Mayweather on his last leg fighting Andre Berto did 550,000 pay-per-view buys at fucking 40 years old. These boys ain't on the same level, bro. Yeah. They're not on the same level, bro. Stop it.
About Floyd, you ain't lying.
Yeah, come on.
He's on his way to making $500 million once he get through with boxing. Now think about what Floyd made and invest in. Think about that.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Dante, Boxing Talk, man, with the 5-piece in the super chat. He say, "Happy holidays, bro. Continue the great content. Don't worry about the weird shit." Yeah, bro. Never will. Never fucking will. So let's continue to reacting to this interview that Oscar De La Hoya gave. So Oscar De La Hoya also in the interview spoke on Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and he's like, "We might do the rematch. We might not do the rematch. I ain't never heard of nobody battering in boxing. We batter each other all the time." What do you think of Oscar De La Hoya saying they may or may not give Devin Haney a rematch? And speaking on Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, bro, what do you think of that? So, and I know you didn't watch it. So, long story short, they may or may not do the rematch. He wants Ryan Garcia to come back and have a tune-up. He's obviously all the way out and slamming Devin Haney and them for suing him. And that's kind of the gist of what he said, that they may or may not do the rematch, that he knows Devin Haney wants the rematch. Maybe it could be bigger or whatever, but he wants Ryan to fight the best. And he named Teofimo Lopez. He named Jerron Boots Ennis, and that they maybe won't go back to the rematch. And then he took a shot. He said, and he said the reason is, I think with the way that Ryan Garcia performed in that fight, he said he don't think Devin Haney deserves a rematch. So what do you think of Oscar's comments on Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, man?
Now I get Oscar. He's a little salty because he getting sued, and of course, like everybody know that he don't owe the Haneys anything. That's just money that Brian had to give back, the purse. And but if they drop this lawsuit, then maybe Oscar say, sit down and say, okay, you know what, let's rematch it. But I don't think that, not that Ryan don't want it, I think Devin ain't gonna want it. That's who's not gonna want it, because no matter what y'all say, I get it, he's a cheater, and I'm the first one to admit, yes, he did cheat, but he didn't get suspended for cheating. But still in all, he was out of shape. And this ain't no excuses, so I don't want to hear all that other shit, right? But I'm just saying. Now, this is just me talking. He need to go in there and get his rematch. Go back and get his lick back. That's what he needs to do. And then I think a lot of people be so impressed with that. Some people be like, man, go ahead and do that, right? And I don't want to hear that, well, he got up every time he got knocked out. He got up. Well, hell, what else he going to do? Sleep there for the rest of the night? No, he going to get up. He's supposed to get up. But I would love to see him come back and rematch. Now, of course, it would be a bigger fight. People gonna see. Hey, let's see what happens. They both on an even playing field. 'Cause I know it'll be drug testing. So I mean, I think that would be good. I think that'd be a good look. But it depends on what Oscar wants.
Yeah.
But Ryan can't do anything without Oscar. You see, he shut that down with that exhibition. So, but I don't think Devin is right now. And I'm talking about mentally. We know what's going on outside the ring and inside the ring. He has been clowned. He's been clowned. His stock has dropped. I mean, he got a bad year. I mean, so and I don't know what else I can give. What kind of advice I can give him? So, but that's all I have with that, man. No.
Yeah, for sure. Juice, I feel you. Juice, don't worry. Two things, Juice. Juice says, I'll be honest, as a Shakur fan, I'm jealous of how much Tank fans talk about Devin. LOL. I feel you, Juice. Number one, we're about to talk about your boy Shakur Stevenson in a second. What Oscar De La Hoya said about Floyd Schofield. So stay tuned. Number two, as a content creator, I'm upset with how Devin's manager, CEO, and leader of his promotional company, Bill Haney, talks about me instead of talking about other shit. Like, I feel you, but they talk about me. So we gotta cover the shit, man. And he's a big story in the sport of boxing, man. I'm sorry, bro. Tell Shakur to get his name up if you want Shakur talked about more, man. But we about to talk about him. Calm down. But I just need you to know that they talk about me and they lie on me. When I talk about them, I tell the truth. So it is what it is, Juice. But stay around, bro. We about to talk about Shakur in 1 second.
Shout out to D1. Shout out to D1 in the Cash App. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I check mine because he typically drop both of us some love. But as far as Devin and Ryan Garcia, I stand on what I said, bro. I think they both need the rematch. That's what I think. Because Ryan Garcia, bro, I got questions. Like, you got the Osterine, it's a no contest. You bust weight on purpose and shit. So I'm not fucking with Ryan Garcia just riding off into the sunset like everything cool. Now, you got some questions too that you need to answer. You need to prove that shit wasn't a fluke. You need to prove that you can do the shit, testing clean all the way through. And that's a no contest on your record. Go write that. And from a business perspective, for both of them, it's the biggest fight they can probably have outside of Tank Davis if we're keeping it 100. So that's the Ryan Garcia side of it. For Devin the Dream Haney, we all know that, and you alluded to it and spoke to it very well. For Devin Haney, you got to prove that motherfucker really cheated you and that it wasn't your game plan. It wasn't that you suck at getting away from a left hook. It wasn't that you finally fought somebody your size and that shit caught up to you. You have to prove that, bro. You have to prove that. You have to prove that it was his Osterine and him cheating by making sure everybody tests clean, running that shit back, and we get to see who really the better man is that night. I think they both need the rematch because outside of Gervonta Tank Davis, them boys ain't fighting on pay-per-view like that. The last one flopped according to the promoter that put it on. So I think it'll be bigger with the bad blood. I think it can be bigger with the build-up. The how personal the shit has gotten. So for me, yeah, Ryan come back to a tune-up, Devin come back to a tune-up, and I think they need to run it back regardless because it's questions on both sides for me. So get your tune-ups in, and then they can fight the summer or the fall of 2025. Ain't no reason why that fight shouldn't happen towards the back half of next year, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Todd Drakeford with the 5-piece in the super chat. Devin doesn't want the rematch because he's afraid Ryan will win again without the Osterine, and there will be no more excuses. Yeah, that's the downside of it, Ty. That's the downside of it because then Joseph Jackson has nothing he can say. All my Devin Haney fans out there will have nothing to say if Ryan was able to do it again. That's a very, very high risk, but the reward is very high too. Because can you imagine Devin goes in there and step on Ryan Garcia? Can you imagine the Devin Haney fans the next month, the next 2 months? Like, bro, they gonna go crazy.
I know.
So the upside is there for sure. The upside is there. The downside though is if he get his ass whooped and ain't no positive drug test to fall back on, shit could get spooky, bro. Shit could get real spooky out here. Big Dog Willie with the 5-piece in the super chat says face of boxing: Ali, Sugar Ray Tyson, Oscar Floyd, Canelo, and Bill Haney. KO and KQKC hating on Bill Haney, the most honest man in the history of the sport. Talk that shit, Big Dog Willie. Talk that shit, Big Dog Willie. Talk that shit. Now, he also spoke, Oscar De La Hoya did, on his fighter, Floyd Scofield's upcoming fight with Shakur Stevenson.
Woo.
He said, I was the first one to say we have to wait. We have a plan for you. We have a strategy for you. But the father was very adamant. The father in particular was the one that wanted this fight. For my taste, it was a little too ambitious, but they know exactly what they're doing. The father knows his son. We know his abilities inside the ring. Is it too early? Maybe. Is it the right time? Who knows? Only Kid Austin inside the ring that night. Oscar De La Hoya basically saying he think Kid Schofield about to get his ass whooped. What you think? What you think? What you think?
I was about to say that. I was about to say that. Right?
That is the anti promoter right there. He like, listen, this shit is too early. I told him no, but his daddy was like, do this shit. He like, hey, this when you get your ass whooped, this is not on me.
Right, it ain't on me. Cause they told Oscar said no.
What you think, man?
And Oscar said no, and it is true. Fighters can go around their promoter and make a fight, you know. And Ryan always did it. Ryan didn't give a hell. He didn't give a shit. He did it. So now on Scofield, now he's listening to his daddy. Now he go another one of them father and son teams. Now, but I will say this: he had gotten Shakur ready for his championship fight. He got Tank ready, you know, so he know these fighters, but that doesn't mean they're gonna fight the same way when you get in the ring with them. Now, Shakur Stevenson, and then I talked about this last week also. He wants to go in there. He want to show KO, me, Joseph, everybody that hey, he got that dog in him. He going in there and he going to bang.
He said he want this shit to be a war. That's what he said. I want this shit to be a war.
Big mistake, Shakur. Big mistake, because you're gonna find yourself on the canvas. Okay, because if Kid Austin get under that jab, go to that body, keep working that body, round 6, you know, he's gonna put the pressure on. Pressure. And you can't hop that far out and try to counter too. But then again, Shakur Stevenson is a defensive specialist, and when it comes to the sport of boxing, so I do believe that he will win the fight. And of course, Oscar, he knows it too, but Oscar want to make sure he covers his ass. That's what that was all about. Knockout.
Yeah.
You know, is he ready? We don't know, right? You know, all that, right? So all that is look, don't get mad at me when your son get knocked out. All right. Well, I don't know about knocked out. Shakur ain't got that type of power, but you know what I mean. You know,
I think, bro. I would be, if I'm a fighter, and I heard and Oscar De La Hoya is taking 10-20% of my check or whatever the fuck it is, like whatever he getting paid to promote me. Oh boy, I'm livid. We gonna have to have a conversation. How the hell you basically saying I'm a fucking lose and I'm not ready, but you gonna take my money though?
Right.
You gonna make sure you get paid off of me though? That is bad. That is bad business, bro. That is horrible that he would say that, bro.
Man,
that is horrible. He would say that about that young man, bro. He not ready. He it's a step too soon. It's a bit ambitious. Like he letting you know, like, bro, I did not want to make this fight. Yeah. And we gonna find out if Floyd Schofield know what he doing or if he crazy. What his daddy on? I found it very interesting. He said the father was the one that was pushing so hard, and not the fighter, and not the son. That's but you know we can't be surprised because Floyd Schofield don't really talk that much. So it is what it is, bro. I'm looking forward to the fight. I think it's a good fight. You know, Floyd Schofield is athletic. He is strong. He's just so inexperienced and so raw. And not kind of polished enough. But Shakur Stevenson is just soft enough to where the fight can be competitive. Because if Floyd Schofield just go in there like a bat out of hell and go at Shakur Stevenson gonna shell up. So that's why I'm interested in the fight. Because if the kid comes in with the right game plan and the right mentality, and he just go at Shakur and show him no respect, then Shakur shell up and get real defensive and not want to let his hands go, and then the fight can be very, very interesting. So that's my thoughts on it. But Oscar De La Hoya got to do a better job, man. This is horrible. That's why he just, like I said, remember I said it's like Blockbuster, he going out of business and shit. He just don't give a fuck no more. He like, yeah, this motherfucker, he taking this fight. This shit is trash. I don't know why he taking this fight over here. Buy Ring Magazine from me. Y'all just come make all these fights with my fighters. I don't even give a fuck no more. Turkey here, you can have whatever the fuck you want. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm not too keen on, nor am I too excited about Floyd, Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield, because Shakur Stevenson is he's just so much more experienced than the young man. But the athleticism and the strength of Floyd Schofield has me interested in the fight. So we'll see. And it's a good fight for an undercard fight, bro. It's on the undercard. It's not the main event. So definitely gonna be tuning in. It's a good little undercard fight, good little title defense, man. Good little undercard title defense. So no harm, no foul for me. That's all I got on it though. You got anything else on the undercard fight between Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield?
No, but that's a hell of a card though. What's that? The Riyadh season card?
Yeah, February 22nd. That card is stacked.
Yeah, man. That's a hell of a card though. I will say that. Hell, February 1st, that's a hell of a card,
Yeah, the Benavidez card.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
To that card too. So yeah.
All right, continuing on this Oscar De La Hoya interview. He also obviously spoke on Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. He was obviously asked about that. And this is what he had to say. He said, it's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. Watching him fight up close and personal, he is sneaky good. I'm noticing him. I heard Shakur Stevenson. It's a lot of people that think Lamont Roach is going to do good in this fight with Tank Davis. What's your thoughts on that? Because now I've heard Oscar De La Hoya say it. I've heard Shakur Stevenson say it. Am I, as a Tank fan, am I underestimating Roach? Because I don't think he got a snowball chance in hell. But they keep saying he got a shot, man. Should I be worried, man? What's up?
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say he got a shot. Okay, let's not get too. But I will say he will have some success in the early rounds. Now that's safe to say. Not because Tank is a slow starter. It's just that he's a polished champion at 130. Now Tank, he is bigger than Tank, no doubt about it. But still in all, his ring IQ is just not there like Gervonta Davis. Now, he will have some success in that first half of the fight. And then, of course, then after that, then it's downhill. Because, see, what happens with Lamont Roach, and I went back and looked at some of his fights, he get a lot of confidence off of one sequence. Let's say he throw a shoe shine and, man, and the crowd go wild. All right, well, he capitalized on that. And he keep pushing himself. The next thing you know, he's getting knocked, he getting hit a lot more times than he normally would have, because he got that encouragement now. But it's no way that he would come in, turn up on Tank, and Tank need to be in the right mood, and he need to get all the other stuff out of his head and go in there and take care of business. But like I say, I think Tank is fooling everybody. I think he's fooling everybody. And of course, you saw how that press conference went. And Tank, he liked that. He liked to hear people talk that ish. Like he said, I was waiting on one of y'all to say something, because y'all making it bad on him. But Lamont Roach is a good fighter. He is. A lot of people just didn't know who he was because pro box and things like that. So, but now, man, he has arrived. And that's the problem. Under them big lights, and they ain't big like pro box, trust me. And then, the crowd, that's going to get to him. That's going to get to him. That alone will get to him. So, but let's not get carried away now. All right.
Yeah.
But he will have some success. All right. He will have some success, because he's a champion. But go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Like where I'm at with it, like they keep saying he's a good fighter, he gonna have success, but then they always end up saying, "But I got Tank though." Like, so what is success? Is what I would ask guys like Shakur Stevenson and Oscar De La Hoya. Like, y'all think he gonna win the round or two? Is he just gonna be competitive on the way to getting knocked out? Is he gonna be successful just simply showing heart? Like, what do y'all mean he's gonna have success? Because if you can't pick him to win, or you don't think he gotta win, he gonna win, then how good do you really think he is, bro? Like that's my main thing with when I hear them say that. They like, yeah, it's a good fight. It's a great fight. Roach is good. I think Tank gonna knock him out though. I think that Lamont Roach is better than a lot of y'all think he is. I'm giving Lamont Roach credit. Tank Davis gonna knock him out though. So it's like, okay, bro, like, so basically business as usual. Business as usual is what I'm hearing from all of these people. And again, bro, I don't think that it's a bad fight. I just simply think that Tank is at a level to where everything is really gonna be a mismatch to everyone until he fights a name that people want to see. And then when he gets in there with that name, then it's gonna look easier than y'all thought it was. Like a case in point, KQ, was that Ryan Garcia fight, right? A lot of people wanted to see Tank versus Ryan Garcia, 20 million at the gate, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. A lot of people wanted to watch that fight. They thought Ryan might be one of them ones. Oh, he dangerous. He got a left hook. Yep. And then you look back, that's one of his easiest fights, bro. That fight was easy for him. So I think it's just gonna take. I think where we're at with Tank Davis, and this is just my honest opinion, KQ, I think that the anticipation of his fights, the buildup of his fights, will probably be more competitive and more back and forth than the actual fights that he has. Like, for instance, I think the press conference with Shakur Stevenson will be like, when they fight, the press conference with Shakur and Tank going back and forth, Wiley and Calvin going back and forth. That'll be a lot more nip and tuck, a lot more back and forth, a lot more he said this, he said that, than the actual fight. I think when they get in the ring, the fight won't be as close. Same thing with when him and Devin fight, between Bill and Calvin, and Tank and Devin talking that shit. Like, the press conference will be more competitive than these actual fights, in my personal opinion. I think what people need is a build up and a fan base that's delusional, that believes in their fighter, and they talking up their fighter. They make the fight close. Oh, this is great. Then when he goes in there and you look back, you're like, yo, I think Mario Barrios is more competitive. I think Hector Garcia put up a better fight. Like, what? I thought y'all said. Like, I think that's where we're gonna be at, bro. I think that I really, truly, honestly believe that. So when I hear these people talk about how good Lamont Roach is and how he's gonna put up a good fight and all of that stuff, I think they probably just showing Tank Davis respect and not trying to shit on this fight because maybe they want to get a payday in the future. Or I think that they really just trying to show Lamont Roach respect. But either way, I don't agree with it. I think Lamont Roach is in over his head. And again, I'm willing to say that because I don't gas my favorites and shit. Like, I think this is a good little tune-up fight from a fighter that I want to see stay active, and from a fighter who tried to make other bigger and better fights first, but he couldn't make them because the other guys didn't want to fight him. So I got no problem with Lamont Roach as a backup opponent, but we should treat him as a backup opponent and quit trying to gas him up because he's not on that level. That's my thoughts, man. Let me catch these super chats and I'll give it back to you. Shout out to Kamal Oz with the 2-piece in the super chat. Oscar promoted Roach. He said it's a good fight. He did promote Roach, and he said it's a good fight. It's a good fight in terms of entertainment. I think Lamont Roach is going to come to fight. It's a good fight in terms of the other options and the lay of the land and how people didn't want to fight Tank Davis. So it's a good for a backup opponent. But just like, is it the fight that we want to see? Nah. Is it something that's going where we're going to come the next morning and be like, oh my God, did you see? I mean, it's Frank Martin level, bro. It's like, it's a good fight. Like, all right, cool. But I know what Tank going to do. It's on that Frank Martin type shit, bro. Like, it's like, all right, yeah, this is a good fight, but let's go ahead and get this one out the way so we can get to this Loma shit. Let's go ahead and get this one out the way so we can get to this Keyshawn. Let's get this one out the way so we can get to this Shakur shit. Like, it's blah to me. Shout out Kurt Hurd with the 10-piece in the super chat. He says, I think Tank giving up a few early rounds is an underrated tactic. He downloads and set traps all while making sure he doesn't get caught by a full power shot. GTD above all. Yeah, it's underrated because, I don't think it's underrated by everyone, Kurt. I think it's underrated by people who are used to rooting for fighters that look to win rounds because they go 12 rounds a lot, right? So you hear that Tank loses round shit from a lot of fight fans, and then that whose favorite fighter is a Devin Haney. You hear that shit from a lot of fight fans whose favorite fighter is like a Shakur Stevenson. And the reason you hear that from them is because they like Shakur and Devin's style better. They're used to rooting for fighters that need to win a lot of rounds because their fights always go 12 rounds. Yeah. So they'll say Tank Davis gives up rounds early. What he's going to do when that catch up to him? He can't lose these rounds. He can't lose that round. Well, he doesn't fight to win rounds. He fights to set you up to knock you the fuck out and hurt you. So when you fight like that, losing rounds is not a big deal. Losing early rounds is a big deal to somebody like Devin Haney. It's a big deal to somebody like Shakur Stevenson because they fight to win rounds. They don't fight to do damage to you. So he does give up a couple of rounds early in the fight, but by the middle of the fight, he's getting ready. He's hurting you and about to knock you out. Like them. So I think Frank Martin, for instance, Kurt, I think Frank Martin won the first 3 rounds of the fight. But by round 4 and 5, it was like, oh shit. Like, can Frank Martin last? Like, this motherfucker getting hit to the body. Tank is timing him. He's knocking him across the motherfucking ring. You start to feel like it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. And you forget that he won the first 3 rounds of the fight. And then I take it a step further. Since that's part of Tank Davis's game plan, did he really win those 3 rounds, or was he just wasting his energy? Like, we could really have a real discussion. Did he really win those rounds, or was he wasting energy like Tank Davis wanted him to? Was it all part of the plan? Looks like, based on his performances, that should be all part of the plan. So is he really winning like people think he winning, or is Tank Davis setting him up? Something to think about, bro. Big Dog Willie with the 2 pieces in super chat. Roach KOs Tank in round 3. Devin will become pound for pound #1. KQ, you got anything? You got anything else on that? I got something else that we can talk about too. But you got anything else on that?
Yeah, I want to say, Frank Martin was having some success as far as putting his hands together, combination in that fight with Tank. The first round, the second round, and I believe the third and fourth round, he was having a lot of success. And then, as you see the timeout, when Derrick James said, look, and I know Derrick James was kind of hot too, because he kept going to his right. And Derrick James said, why you keep going that way? Go that way, right? Because Tank already figured it out by then. Because once he dropped his hands and walked to him, first of all, the punches, they had nothing on him. So that's why he dropped his hands. He didn't have the high guard no more. Then he walked to him, and then he faint. And, of course, Martin was flinching, and he started smiling, because he know, okay, it's time now. It's time, And Ford, Coach Calvin said, man, look here, we need all these. Okay, no problem. All right, he go in there and get him, And so sometimes, yes, they do have success. Now, what I mean by this knockout was that that Lamar Roach, yes, he's a good fighter, and he will have a little success. What I mean by that is he will look pretty good in the first couple rounds or so. But that's how they always do. They always look good in the first couple rounds. Ryan looked good in the first couple rounds. They always look good until they start getting up off the canvas. So Leo Santa Cruz, he was letting his hands go with that long reach. He was throwing combinations. All right. Looking good. But of course, it never end good. See, that's the problem. That's the problem that can nobody solve. Nobody can solve looking good the whole fight. Take him to the distance. Ain't nobody saying knock him out, but take him to the distance looking good all 12 rounds. Yeah. All right. But see, that's the problem. Can nobody do that?
So 2 things to further elaborate the point, because my brother Dank Father's in here trolling me or whatever. To further elaborate what I'm saying so I can make y'all understand it. I'll give y'all a couple of examples, right? Let's start with perhaps the best person on his resume. Let's start with Leo Santa Cruz. Okay. The first few rounds of the fight, people say Leo Santa Cruz is winning. How was he winning? Straight shots, 1-2s, running shit down the middle, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 over and over again. Later in the fight, he was throwing that same combination, got knocked the fuck out with an uppercut. So, was Leo Santa Cruz winning those rounds, or was Tank Davis setting him up and reading him, and then the same shit he was having success with early in the fight, that's what got him knocked out later in the fight? Mario Barrios, he was having success by working off of his brick hand and throwing a 2-1 combination. So he would throw his right hand first, then he would throw the jab behind it. He was having success with that against Tank Davis early in the fight. That same combination is what got him knocked out to the body, or got him put down to the body, and started to begin the beginning of the end for him. Was he winning those rounds early in the fight, or was he getting set up? That's what I'm asking y'all, bro. That's what I'm asking you to consider, because a lot of time, if you're having success, but then later on you're doing that same shit later in the fight, and that's what gets you knocked the fuck out. Was that real success, or was that the success he was allowing you to have to set you up? I know it's going above a lot of y'all head, bro.
But
I know it's going above a lot of y'all head, but y'all will get it. You'll get it when it's too late, bro. You'll get it when it's too late.
You know what, knockout? Okay, I will say this. He's trying to get you to open up. Okay, that's the best I can say. He's trying to get you to open up by him being a stationary target, or by you having some success. He allowed you to have success, and that way he getting you to open up so he can have success.
They don't understand. They don't understand it though. If I'm allowing you to do it, and you're not doing it because you're just better than me, are you really winning, or am I fucking with you? Like people don't understand that, bro. Like it's fine though, man. You know, not everybody has the eye for boxing like you and I, so it's fine. I get it, bro. Maybe I'll do a video on it in the future. But one thing Oscar De La Hoya said, the last thing I want to get to, and I'll catch the super chat first. Tune with the 5-piece in the super chat says, won't say his name, but one of these goofball Haney channels said Devin win over Gamboa was better than Tank's 12-round stoppers to a unanimous decision. I won't call the person a goofball because I don't know who you're talking about who said that. But that's dead ass wrong. That's a wrong ass take. And whoever said that, if you want to debate me, if you're watching the channel or this gets back to you, we can definitely debate that. That shit is crazy. Like Devin Haney's win over Gamboa was not better than Tank Davis's win over Gamboa. Just stop it, bro. Just stop. Like that is absolutely crazy, bro. That is crazy. That is crazy to say. That is a horrific take. Whoever has that take, bro. Just so you know, not you as a person, because I don't know who said it. But whoever said that shit, we need to have a fucking conversation, bro. That is bad, bro. That is bad. That's like saying Lamont Roach's decision over Hector Garcia is better than Tank's knockout over Hector Garcia, bro. That is bad. Like, who believes that? Who believes that? Like, yo, you know, hey, Lamont Roach, bro. Lamont Roach. Hey, man, that shit that Lamont Roach did, hey, man, that was better than what Tank did to Hector. Tank knocked the motherfucker blind, bro.
I know who said that shit.
Yeah, don't even tell shit. Yeah, don't even tell me, bro. Don't even tell me. Nah, Kentrell, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He couldn't have, bro. But that's okay. If whoever said it, bro, if you watching or just get back to you, we can debate that shit because you crazy as hell for that, bro. That is a crazy take. But last thing Oscar said, KQ, he said, bro, that he believes Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov is going to be the best fight of the entire card come Riyadh season. Do you agree or do you disagree? And if you disagree, what fight do you think is going to be better than that fight on that card? Do you need me to give you the card? So do you know who's all on the card?
Okay, for the Riyadh season?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and name them real fast.
All right, here, yeah, that way you can see. So he says Madrimov and Virgil is going to be the best fight on the card. Let me see what they got. Here we go. So on that card, you got Beterbiev versus Bivol Part 2. You got Dane Dubois versus Joseph Parker, Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield, Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz, Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov, Zheli Zhang versus Ajit Kabayal, and then you got Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith.
No. I disagree. Well, first of all, Beterbiev and Bivol, 2, that's going to be a pretty good fight there.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one there.
That's going to be a good one because they out to prove something to each other. So that alone is going to show. Now, of course, Virgil Ortiz is a good fighter. Matter of fact, Terence Crawford turned down that fight they offered. Turkey offered him with Virgil Ortiz. He turned that down. But still in all, Oscar, nice try. Virgil Ortiz have been having a rough time, right? He had been having a rough time getting to where he need to be comfortably because of his mishap with his stomach and all that. But he's at a weight class right now where he's just there, and he's not making no waves like he should be. You know, so but no, that's not the best fight on that card. No, I know
You
that's
don't
a
think he
rematch.
can steal the show? Which one? Which one do you think is the best? Which one you looking forward to the most? The main
Well,
event or something else?
well, I would like to see Shakur Stevenson and Kid Schofield. I'm
Yeah,
very excited about that fight. I
yeah,
really want to know how that fight turn out because how that fight turns out is going to determine how fast that Tank and Shakur can get in there together. Now, if he happen to fall, all right, I'm talking about on the scorecards or on his ass, then they're gonna push that fight away.
yeah.
That fight is not gonna happen. No way soon. So I'm very interested. That's the fight I want to see. That's the fight I'm telling y'all in the chat. Y'all need to watch that fight closely, very
Yeah.
close.
I tell
And
you what, I don't think Shakur versus Schofield has a shot to steal the show. I don't think it's gonna be like the most entertaining fight, but I am most interested in that. I'm not gonna lie. As far as like the best fight, the one I think is gonna be the most entertaining fight on the
okay,
card, I think you gotta go Beterbiev and Bivol, bro. You gotta go Beterbiev and Bivol. I think that's the one. Like I don't think Virgil Ortiz and Israel Madrimov, the stakes aren't high enough. Like Beterbiev and Bivol are fighting for undisputed. The fight was very, very good last time. Bival's gonna have to make some adjustments to try to be more competitive and try to win. I think that one has a chance to be every bit as exciting as Virgil Ortiz and Madrimov, and plus it's gonna be a whole lot more on the line. So yeah, I think Beterbiev Bivol is the
so
one for me.
you think they can outdo the first fight?
Yeah, I think they will because I think Bivol is a dog. I think he's going to try harder and probably open up more, which is going to leave more openings for Beterbiev. And I think it could be a lot closer because Bivol kind of got into retreat mode in that first fight. He kind of got to I don't want to say he quit, but he kind of was like, yeah, this motherfucker strong. Let me
Yeah.
survive. Like he wilted a little bit. I expect him to kind of go out on his shield more this time. You know, he already got a loss now, so he got nothing to lose. And this is kind of everything. This is his Super Bowl. This is it for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nowhere he's too small to go up to cruiserweight. So it's not like he can start over and move up. This is it for him. Like him and Beterbiev, they the dance partner. After this, they can both continue fighting, but they're gonna end up either fighting somebody they already beat, or they're gonna end up fighting some young dude that don't nobody know. Like this is the fight. There's not gonna be a bigger fight. So I think Bivol will lay it on the line more, and then Beterbiev being more active and having another camp and not coming off of a knee injury, I think you see Beterbiev closer to 100%. And we all know who Beterbiev is and kind of what he represents. And you crazy if you don't think he's motivated to try to stop Bivol this time after Bivol was able to go to distances last time. So I think they both gonna come in highly motivated with a lot to prove. And I think that with everything on the line, this is gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one on that card. And then it's kind of in our minds like nostalgia, KQ. You kind of know how it is, like because you call fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the card is lit, right? It's like a really good movie. Like it just make the ending that much better. So even in our minds, we might think the Beterbiev Bivol fight is better than it actually is because the Schofield and Shakur fight was fire. The Virgil Ortiz Madrimov fight is fire. The heavyweights getting down. Then we get to Beterbiev and Bivol. We already on the edge of our seats. We already excited and shit. So I think that could play into it too. And so for those reasons, I think we're gonna look back and that's gonna probably be the best one on the card, man.
Okay. Hey, shout out to my man Kurt Hurd, all right, in the Cash App. I appreciate you, bro.
Let me make sure I ain't got none. Then we'll let y'all do y'all thing.
And DZ, man, you think that's the worst on the card, man?
What did he say?
Man,
Who that?
DZ, he said Shakur and Schofield is the worst fight on the card. I don't think so.
I don't think it's the worst fight, but where he's right, KQ, is it has the potential to be. If Shakur Stevenson doesn't fight how he says he's gonna fight, like if he gets to running around and making the fight boring, it could be the most boring fight on the card, and it'll really fucking hurt his stock. So, if Shakur fights, yeah, like if he fights the wrong way, that shit could get boring. Shout out to D1 with the 2-piece in the Cash App. KQ, you got anything else, man? Before we wrap it up,
no. No, that's about it. That's all I have on. I'll be
Listen, I want
live.
it. I want everybody to know. I will not be live Monday or Wednesday this week. I'll be live Thursday though, and Friday though, and then we'll be back to our normal schedule the week after New Year's. So I'm still gonna be with the family this week. I'm gonna still give y'all 2 shows though. I'll be live Thursday and Friday this week coming up. I'll be off Monday. I'll be off Wednesday. But y'all be sure to tune in. I'll still be dropping daily content. You'll still get videos every day. I think there's some fights next week, so channel members will be back making exclusive content for you guys. So content every day, but no live Monday and Wednesday. We're gonna be celebrating New Year's with the fam, and then right after the New Year's, I'll be back Thursday and Friday this week, and then after that, we'll get back to our regular schedule to start the year. KQ, let them know when you're gonna be live, what you got going on, and let's get on with our day, man.
I will be live this week. Now I will be live every day, but Friday I won't be live. I might be going on vacation for about a week or maybe a week and a half. Okay, so that way you all pretty much knockout might do the morning after show solo for maybe a week or 2. Okay, all right. That's all I got.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Appreciate you, KQ. Shout out Miss KO, everybody in the chat, everybody that donated to the channel in the Cash App and the Super Chat today. Appreciate y'all continuing to support us. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. If I don't see y'all again in the comments, if I don't see y'all again in other chats or whatever, y'all have a happy New Year and a happy holiday to you and your family. And we'll catch y'all later on in the week. Y'all take it easy, man. We gone. Peace.
Peace.